What up, though, y'all? We are here with another Raptors recommendation reviews. Bam, bam, bam. Sorry I skipped last week, man. This week we are reviewing the album Drunk by artist Thundercat. Thundercat, he's bringing a little bit of jazz, a little bit of soul, and a whole lot of funk. So let's get into it, man. It is what it is.
Welcome to Sand City, where it's about as cool as your parents using the slang. Isn't this litty? My words touch more rappers in the hands of Diddy. Gotta tell them no, so throw hands that sit pretty. A damn pity, y'all don't understand the plan, silly. Supposed to stand strong, you wrong because you ran city. Hard to make a million, admittedly. My soul chilly, put my girl in a full Nelson, then I free Willie.
So if you haven't heard Thundercat, he's been on a lot of songs you probably have heard, including In the Morning, Right, What's the Use by Mac Miller, These Walls, Wesley's Theory by Kendrick Lamar, a whole lot of Flying Lotus. He's worked with the thrash metal band Suicidal Tendencies. He's been on Anderson .Paak songs, Childish Gambino, Earl Sweatshirt, on and on and on, Kanye West. So he's been working with a lot of people before. If you haven't heard of him, you probably heard him playing bass one way or another. I'm glad I had 2 weeks for this because this is going to be a longer review. We're talking a 23 track album, and an album that's not a hip hop album, a very different album that I had to really buckle in and really get down in the nitty gritty with it here. Let's start off with what I think Thundercat's influences are. He sounds like he's influenced by like Herbie Hancock. Michael McDonald actually is on a feature on the album, and he sounds very much influenced by him. And then Sonic the Hedgehog. It sounds like he's influenced by Sonic the Hedgehog music. And if you listen to this album, Drunk by Thundercat, you'll feel the same, I think. Trust me. All right, let's get started with the first track, y'all. It is called Rabbit Hole or Rabbit Hole. I think that the funniest line on here was, comb your beard, brush your teeth, beat your meat, go to sleep. And I was like, what? Let me rewind this because I don't know if I heard that correctly. Very vibey, man. The whole album is very vibey. The lyrics as well on the whole album are kind of hilarious. Very seem nonchalant in a way and simplistic, but there is some deeper meaning you could read into it. But overall, just seems like some simplistic writing, but hilarious at the same time. It directly connects into the next song, Captain Stupido. Like, if you didn't know it, you wouldn't even, if you just blended them two together, you wouldn't even know that it changed songs. And it has the same line, comb your beard, brush your teeth, beat your meat, go to sleep. I just wanted to say it again. But it has this crazy effect on it, and it just left me thinking, why not just making the same song? I don't understand why all these songs are a minute and a half or less, and there's a few songs that are normal song structured, but a lot of them are very, very short songs, and it left me wanting too much more. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the next song though. An insane bass line on here, impeccable arpeggiation, and it is very fast. It is very gets the people going. You know what I'm saying? Next one is Bust in the Streets, which I think he has a video for. It's cool, but it doesn't really stand out to me. It's kind of and one thing you'll hear me say, some of these are meh or mid, but even the meh or mid ones are really good, but it's just in comparison to the rest of them. In a 23 track album, there's gonna be songs that you can take out and like, you didn't really need this one. And I think Bust in the Streets was one of those ones. A fan's mail, the meow ad libs on a fan's mail, the next track is hilarious. The lines are, it's cool to be a cat, and I'm just like, and he's just like, meow, meow. Like, literally like that. It's what it sounds like. I'm just like, what am I listening to? Why do I like it? I'm not sure. Like, why am I enjoying listening to these meow sounds, Like, I never thought of that. That is kind of crazy. I like it. I like it, though. Next one he got is Lava Lamp. And Lava Lamp is actually nighttime cruise music. You know what I'm saying? A little smoother for you. That's all I kind of wrote about it because 23 track album, we gotta keep things moving. All right. Next one is Jethro, and it's Too Short. Way too short. It's a really good song. It's one of the best songs on the album, I feel, and it is entirely too short. And it's more of a normal song in terms of like how he sings and how the song is structured. It seems more normal setup than the rest of them, which I like now because after all these weirdness and oddities, it's nice to have something a little bit more mellow and normal. Next one he got is Day and Night, and it's so short that it's criminal. I mean, you're going to hear me say this a lot. Why is this so short? Why is this 30 seconds long? Why couldn't it be a whole song? Why not expand it? Please tell me. Sorry, let me back things out real quick. Next one we got is Show You the Way. The best song on this album. And I will tell you why. Because Mr. Michael McDonald and Kenny Loggins are just, or Loggins, are just killing it on here. And it proves a point about Thundercat's vocals that I thought I had early on. In the first go round listening to this album, I was really like, he could be a better singer. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good, but I'm not sure I like the sound of his voice in some parts, and I'm not sure I love melodies he chooses for his voice, and I love the lyrics, and I love the instrumentals. The thing that is holding me back is his singing, and Michael McDonald on here proves that because his voice is smooth like butter, baby. I'm telling you. If he sang all these songs, if this was a Michael McDonald album produced by Thundercat, it would be a 10 out of 10 for me. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You know? And hearing Kenny and hearing Michael McDonald on here just slaying things, just showing Thundercat how to really do this, how to really keep the dice rolling, baby. You know what I'm talking about? It's clear to me that it's the singing that's holding me back, and I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me on this, but I'm just saying that's how I felt after hearing Michael McDonald. I was like, there it is. That's what I needed. Now everything is complete. Next one is Walk On By, and it starts off with that Phil Collins, I Can Feel It in the Air Tonight drum line that so many other songs have on it at the beginning. I believe there's an Andre 3000 song on A Love Below that starts off that way as well. And just a lot of songs start off with this at least the same style drum line. And I don't know where it originates, but when I hear it, I think Phil Collins myself. But Kendrick Lamar is actually on this song, which I know a lot of people who watch me love or hate Kendrick. So, I mean, this is interesting right here. But Kendrick has heavy bars on this song, unlike usual. Kendrick don't bring the bars most of the time. That's not why I listen to Kendrick. I listen to Kendrick because he's one of the best storytellers. He's one of the best storytellers, and he's super underrated when it comes to his storytelling. I mean, I love Kendrick Lamar because he's able to say things in a way and structure it where I'm listening to what's happening and I'm picturing it visually. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've tried to do that before on my album, Sand City. Go check it out if you get a chance. Produced by Sand Raptor, who actually recommends these albums, by the way. So check it out if you get a chance. But yeah, Kendrick Lamar does his thing on here. He has some bars that's like, you know what I'm saying? So then we get into Black with 3 Ks on the end of it. And I wrote down one word, mid. And like I said, these mid ones and these meh ones are just kind of like, they're not bad in any way, but I just think they could have been left off. Next one is Tokyo, which I'm not sure if I would like if I wasn't such a nerd myself. Such a anime nerd and an otaku to the point where it's just like, He's doing Goku references on here. You can tell that Thundercat loves video games and anime, and that he is a true nerd himself as well. I love it. He loves it. We all love it. But listening to the song, I love the video. I was watching the video when I was listening to this, so I was like, maybe that gave me. I loved it a lot, but I'm feeling like if I just heard the song and I didn't watch anime, I would kind of be like meh as well on the song. But because of all the things that I love are referenced in there and the lyrics, I can appreciate a lot. I personally loved it myself. Next one is Jamil's Space Ride, which is exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like a space ride. You see those words as a title track, and you're like, yeah, that's what it sounds like. And I mean that in the best way possible because it's really good. Next one is Friend Zone. And man, I love this one as someone who's been friend zoned a lot in his lifetime. You, you stuck me in the friend zone. That's that BS, that's that bullish, you know what I'm talking about? So I love those lyrics on there. The arcade arpeggios on here. Like that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying Sonic the Hedgehog. This guy loves Sonic the Hedgehog, clearly, because he puts all the Sonic the Hedgehog arpeggios in here. You know what I'm talking about? I wonder how he feel about me saying that. Like, Sonic the Hedgehog, what's wrong with you, man? Next one is Them Changes. Normal song length, finally. Oh, man, that took forever. Funk bass line, amazing. The image of a samurai playing the piano is basically everything that I needed in life. So I'm talking about the video here as well, and I love this song. Very one of the best songs on here again. Where I'm Going is the next song, and I love the sound of his voice on this one. Now, I said earlier before I wasn't feeling Thundercat's voice as much. Sounds like when I'm singing or something like that. Mean that in the best way possible, of course, because I'm talking about myself. But his voice is a little bit lower on here, and over these progressive drums, they just sound like he should be singing in this low register more often, and I kind of wish he would, you know what I'm saying? Because I love the low tone on here, and then he changes it. He goes an octave up, kind of every line in the beginning of the first verse. So I liked it. I like it. Next one is Drink That. And let me tell you, this is the most unneeded song on the album. Why? Because of a man named Wiz Khalifa. Once again, I am not feeling Wiz Khalifa. I'm sorry to say it. I think I've grown out of becoming a fan of Wiz Khalifa. This song doesn't need him on there, and honestly, this is a weed song on a drinking album. It doesn't even belong here. And I feel like it's at the point of like Pusha T still selling that same gram from like or same kilo from like 30 years ago. It's like Wiz still smoking the same pack from 30 years ago. It's like, just make a song about something else. Damn. I'm not feeling Wiz Khalifa anymore, man. I'm sorry to say. I wish I would, because I used to like Wiz a lot. I like some of Wiz's songs. So what, we get drunk. So what, we smoke weed. I like that one. I like the Fast and the Furious one. That's cool and all that. But when I'm just hearing him talking about, he rhymes Marley with gnarly. Oh, that's never been done before. By you, Wiz. You've done that before on many of songs. And I'm tired of hearing it. Like, is there nothing else that rhymes with Marley? What about barley, huh? You don't like barley? You don't like charred tea? You ain't got a friend named Charlie? Bringing these bars, see? I'm not feeling it, man. Obviously, this is the worst song on the album for me. And I know Raptor's going to laugh at that because I said the same thing on the Big Crit album, Cadillactica, where they had the Wiz sample on the Wiz feature on there. And I said the same thing. He's not needed. Get him out of here. And it just led me to the point where I'm just not a Wiz fan anymore. I'm just not. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe he'll reinvent himself. That's what he needs to do. Reinvent what he's talking about because I'm tired of him just rapping about marijuana. Next one, we're moving on because I went on a tangent there. We're moving on. We got too many songs to cover. Next song is Inferno, a song where tantalizing melodies make you think you're floating up to heaven, but he's actually talking about you burning. Yeah, he is. Next song is 3 a.m. Slow and smooth and more of the same, which isn't actually a bad thing. You know, it's just somewhere between mid and good, in my opinion. And Drunk for a title track, I thought it was meh. And you know, I think this is the a criticism of the album. As you go on and you get to the end, you're kind of done. You're kind of done by the time like you get to the end. You're like, okay, I think that was enough. And if you would have taken off the title track, 3 a.m., you know, some of the ones I said that were meh or mid, like Black, and it just those don't need to be there. You know, you see 23 on the track listing, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's daunting. It's like, do I have to listen to all of them? Not knowing that they're all like 30 seconds or a minute and a half. But next one is actually the Turn Down, which Peep the Ryu Street Fighter Sharugan sample in the at the like 23-second mark. It is dope. It's very in the background, but check that out. Go listen to if you didn't notice that. I think Pharrell was kind of okay on here because Pharrell's a feature on here. I think he should have sang the whole song. And this is just another criticism of Thundercat's voice. I think when I'm criticizing Thundercat's voice, he's a good singer. You know, I just think that I would enjoy it if someone else sang it even more. You know, I think it's good right now. I think it'll be great if someone else did it, and which is a lot of what people can say about my singing as well. You know, it's why I keep it to a minimal. I normally just try to spit some bars for y'all most of the time. But yeah, I think the instrumental didn't have Pharrell involved at all. Just from the sound of it, sounds like Thundercat had covered all this himself, and I could be wrong about that, but normally Pharrell likes to get in the weeds or whatever feature he's doing. You know, he's a super producer. He's one of my favorite producers. And I think because I hold him to a high standard, I thought it was okay to good, but it wasn't like at the normal great status that Pharrell brings to the table. Last song, finally, is DUI, and is the most interesting vocal melodies on the album. Like I said, I love the melodies that he chooses for his vocals, and it's like one of those things that's like, how did you decide to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who said that you should go to this pitch after that last pitch? You know, overall, after listening to the album, I have a list of pros and cons here. Pros being, I wrote down funny modern writing, impeccable melody writing, vibey smooth jazz, 70s funk, which it sounds like it belongs in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Instrumentals are perfect. Absolutely perfect. Video game arcade sounds, Sonic the Hedgehog. And then just picture his music in Adult Swim interludes, you know, because it'd be perfect. And the cons I have where it's missing something. Subpar singing voice, which I already told y'all about that. Incomplete songs. They're so short that they're incomplete. I don't know why we have 30-second songs that sound like some of the best songs in the world, but only for 30 seconds. It makes it not the best song in the world. You know what I'm saying? So it needs to be longer. The songs are too short. But this album needs more collaboration. If every song had a different rapper or singer or artist on it, I feel it'd be a 10 out of 10 if you choose the right artist and not Wiz Khalifa. But I feel like it just needs more collaboration because the collaboration songs are some of my favorite ones. You know, Kendrick Lamar, Michael McDonald, you know, these type of people you get on here, I feel it just makes or breaks the album. And I want to hear more collaborations with Thundercat. I feel like that makes a better Thundercat album is an album with just a bunch of artists on it. And I know that a lot of people do that just to bring name variety and there becomes a lot of problems with splits and how much money you make off an album and stuff like that. But if you play your cards right, you play the bass for one artist, and then you tell that artist, hey, but you got to get on my next album. You know, you can do a little trade offs and stuff like that. And I feel like that would be the best thing to do for Thundercat because I wanted more people on this album. Overall, at the end of it, I give this album a 8.5 out of 10. Matter of fact, we'll do 8.6 just because I think that's the highest review I've ever done for any album and I think this deserves it. And it's not a hip hop album, even though there's rapping on here. It's not a hip hop album, so it's a '70s funk album. Overall, Thundercats Drunk was enjoyable, especially the second, third time around. I listened to this album a lot because I was very unsure what to say about it at the end of the day. It left me baffled. Yeah, Raptor had stumped me. You know, Sand Raptor really stumped me on this one. So, hey, let me know what y'all think about the album, man. Do you like these long reviews? This is a longer review for me, probably the longest one I've done because I combed through all 23 tracks. I talked about Thundercats influences and all that. Do you like the structure of these better or not? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Do you like the album? Do you hate the album? Hey, nobody better hate the album because this is vibey, bro. It's vibey. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. Peace.